Well, it's way of life. You know, you do it, you keep doing it. It's kept the family fed and watered, and that's the way it is. And you just get used to that sort of job. Yeah, I've been an oyster fisherman and fishing for over 40 years now. We've changed boats a couple of times over the years, and we're still fishing virtually as we started. Our normal day is come down on the quay and have a chat, see what's going on, look at the weather. Then we board the boat, get all geared up, ready, and then we usually fish from 9 till 3, and that's the licensing hours, and you aren't allowed to fish over that time. Mainly we start in October and finish in March, and we're catching oysters from then. And then after that we usually get the other boat out and we go for mackerel, and maybe we might put the nets out for Dover soles and crab and other sorts of fish. I'm not saying I'm passionate about fishing. It's just to me is a living. I've always had a living out of fishing. You know, it's not a religion to me. I've been fishing with a number of crew over the years, and at the moment I've been fishing with Nathan, and we've been together about 3 to 4 years now, and he's a good lad. And he's catching on to the job quite quick. With the oyster fishing, lots of people don't realise you do it by sail, and if there's no wind, then you have to get in a rowing boat and start using the rowing boat. Yeah, this is the only sailboat fishing for oysters in England and probably Europe, and I think there's one in America. But that's all. It's not like when you use an engine, you put more power on and things like that. You've got to change the sails to steer the boat. It's a lot different. You don't use a tiller, which makes it a little bit more difficult. It's for conservation, really. We can keep the fishery going for 6 months instead of, if we used engines, we'd only be keeping it for maybe a month and a half. No, I wouldn't say it's difficult, oyster fishing. It's just, you get into it. Some people like it and some people don't. Dredges, well, they're metal dredges with mesh on them, with net on top, and we tow them across the seabed, and all different shells come up, and oysters and queens and all different shellfish. We can pull about 200 dredges a day, I would imagine. We're grading all the oysters out and the queens out, some for the bed, some for sale. We bag them up, we put them on the beach, and then we wait for the buyer to come these certain days. It might be once or twice a week, and then we land them to him, and they either go to France or get put into purification plants and boxed to London. Yeah, I don't eat a lot of oyster. I don't eat oysters much, but some people really love oysters. About 20% of people like oysters. 5% of people really love them. The weather conditions out here sometimes is when you get around January and February, you get some really nasty weather. Comes with experience. The more time you spend out there, the more knowledge you get. I don't think I take pride in it. It's just a job I got into, and we treat it with respect, and that's the way it is.